I heard sounds.
Now, BPM, everything you wanted to know about the dance music scene. Vibes that are alive in the clubs, DJs, new labels, and of course, a look at the dance music chart.
Hi and welcome to another BPM. Now if you thought recently at the Love Boutique in Glasgow was firing, we have an even better show for you tonight. We're in the heart of London, this is King's Cross. The club's called Glitterati and it gives me great pleasure to introduce you on her BPM debut, DJ Rat.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, this club is a definite favourite with the clubbers and the critics alike, and it always markets itself very cleverly with the use of these flyers, like the film series.
But before we check out this week's uplifting house score, let's see who the BPM All-Stars are for this week. DJ Miss Barbie tells us why Ken hates clubbing. Luke Guru, full of Eastern promise and a lot more besides. And soul sensation D'Angelo opens up for a BPM exclusive.
Now for the Glitterati dance floor, where we see London shake a leg. Come on down.
Yeah, come on down.
Come on down. The Cross is an award-winning venue set amongst warehouses in the shadow of King's Cross Station. You gain access to the club via a grand entrance which leads to a number of rooms fully utilised for the Glitterati night. Thoughtfully lit and designed, there's everything for the discerning clubber, including, tonight, two top DJs, Seb Fontaine and Sister Bliss. We're talking to Billy, owner and promoter of the Glitterati night. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine, how are you?
Good, thanks. I'd like to ask you, how come your club is such a raging success? I hear it won the Best Club Award, 95.
Well, I think it's a combination of good ideas and a good team behind us, you know. That's it. It's not just my efforts or John's efforts, it's sort of like a team that works together.
What kind of people do you encourage to come to your club? What is the, dress policy, etc.?
Well, we're very strict with our door policy. We want London's Glitterati, the younger Glitterati.
What would you say the music policy is?
Well, I'd say it's sort of like, it goes between sort of like handbag house and a little bit harder stuff, depending on the night and the DJs.
Okay, I hear you're on the film posters as well. What's all that about then?
Well, around about May this year, we decided to have a revamp for Glitterati to change our flyers. I mean, flyers is the #1 form of advertising. We wanted a flyer which was completely different, sort of like what other promoters had done. So we decided to get a few of the girls who come down to the clubs and sort of like just photograph those and sort of like adapt them to film posters that everybody knows about.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, well, it was hard work.
And finally, who do you have playing here then? Who's the main DJs on the night?
The main DJs, our resident DJs are Seb Fontaine and Luke Neville, but we always try to have a top-line DJ like Danny Rampling or Jeremy Healy or, you know, Sister Bliss, people like that.
Audio Web said it's okay to like dance and guitars. The four from Manchester locked themselves away in a studio and came up with many varying styles, including dub. This is their latest single and it's called The Sleeper and it's the video of the week. Check it out.
I'm only sleeping. Woke up this morning going back to bed. Alarms clock ringing in tune with my head. The booze I abuse to leave my boredom. I don't do just cause I can't afford them. My bike TV isn't my TV because the council bailiffs law after me. And when it's on, it's pictures on me. I'm numb to the war in a distant country. I'm only sleeping. I'm only sleeping. Oh, yeah, now. So I cover myself beneath my quilt. My power's run out and so is my guilt. At times like this, I'm at a loss, drifting in dreams of ulteriors. The cat crosses my face and I remember the fact the DSS is on my back. I used to care a lot, now the world spins before me. These days consist of sleep and daytime TV. I'm only sleeping. I'm only sleeping.
music. Love it or hate it, no one can deny that Miss Barbie isn't queen on the decks. Formerly a go-go dancer, she can be now found at such hotspots as Cookie, $1 Billion Babes, and the Paradise Factory. Oh yeah, and also she has a deep love of archaeology.
Been a DJ for 2.5 years now. Just got into it through just from mucking around as a go-go girl at a club down at Subterranea some time ago, and just ended up spinning a few records in the middle of the night and just took off from there. Well, to be honest, I actually think that people are just taking note of the drag queen scene now, purely because it's in their face. I mean, it's on telly, it's in the clubs, but, you know, thinking back, like, there was probably a period 3 years ago where the situation was exactly the same. It's just, you know, it's just, we're always here. We've always been here, you know. It's just like all of a sudden, you know, you're advertising jeans, or, you know, you're on the telly, or you're making music. Well, I've written a few tracks, one which is coming out called, I think I've got one out on the 16th of October, which promos are out now, called Leave My Wife Alone, which is kind of a bit of a garagey, funky groove thing. Written Carol's new single, which is coming out sometime in beginning of October as well, through Rough Trade, which is kind of really quite exciting. It's a pop record. It's exactly where I'm coming from. It's a handbag record. It's going to be mixed by Jerry at Huge Tunes, and it's going to have its credibility, you know, with the underground mixes and everything. But it's a commercial record, and it's a nice record, and she's a great vocalist, so I'm really happy that she wanted to work with me on it. When I'm not producing party tracks, as I call them, I'm pretty much stuck at college studying archaeology, which might sound a bit bizarre, but that's what I like doing. And but I also writing ambient tracks. I'm quite interested in film scores, which is really kind of where I'm coming from. But I will say that I'll probably be in archaeology in about 3 years, digging up Tibet or something. I'm not a typical drag queen. I'm pretty, you know, pretty together in what I do. But I just like having a good time, so I suppose I'm just a pretty mad person.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It's all about luck and the love is you. So hold on tight if you think it's right, as long as it keeps you satisfied. I'm singing summer love, summer fun, make loving in the summer sun. Summer love, summer fun, make loving in the summer sun. Summer days,
ambassadors' receptions are noted in society for their host's exquisite taste.
Ferrero Rocher.
Delicious.
Excellent.
Monsieur, with this Rocher you're really spoiling us.
Ferrero Rocher, a sign of good taste.
Every day, thousands of people like you begin the search for a brighter future. It's not easy. You want to get ahead, but you need an edge. You need skills. Lift yourself above the crowd with work-based training and vocational qualifications. Call 0345 665588. Start training and free your potential.
BPM the Glitterati. I've been told that I'm seen around London with the finest of females, and of course DJ Rap's with me tonight. But a former BPM presenter on my left is Sister Bliss, who's currently down here, and I believe you're DJing down here tonight. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm DJing here tonight, Chris.
So,
again.
I was going to say, you're obviously pretty busy. I mean, what sort of music are we going to expect from you?
The usual selection of bumping, pumping, house, and maybe a bit harder towards the end. See how they take it in there, work up a sweat.
Well, it actually looks quite firing. I mean, I've obviously been in there and sampled a few of the dancers myself. But what have you? Hey, what have you been doing in terms of studio work? Because I know that obviously Rollo's like kicking up with Donna Summer, I Feel Love, and all that. I mean, you've obviously been busy with him, I understand.
We've been locked away in the studio, and it's all getting a bit exhausting now. I've just come out from this week. We were working on the new Sister Bliss, which is going to be very, very different from the last one.
Really?
Also done some programming for John Please Women's new single. And we've just remixed the Simply Red's new track, Fairgrounds, which he saw Mick Hucknall on Top of the Pops last week. Then you'll know what I'm talking about.
And that's quite impressive. I mean, it's more work than I get, that's for sure. And listen, just last thing, I just wanted to talk about the hair, because last time, obviously, when you presented BPM, you had orange hair, and it was noted, and I think it's not quite orange today.
No, I was wearing a wig last time, in case nobody realised. And because I'd had my roots done, and that just looks disgusting, like the back of a bus.
While Eastern philosophy rates highly in the Loop Guru scheme of things, the combination of some tough beats and a right sense of humour all add up to make a musical combination which we believe is quite an exciting proposition. Constantly in demand as a club and festival band because they're such an exciting live outfit, BPM earlier this week caught up with the Loop Guru Wall of Sound at a London rehearsal studio.
Basically, what we try and do is to make a music that is uplifting to the spirit, and that's our only parameter. The idea is that using dance very much as a medium is you can actually lift people's spirit. Beyond that, we like to remain without boundary, and so basically we can do anything, we can do what we want. I kind of see that we are very much outside the current dance scene. We're kind of like the misfits, we're the sort of the idiot bastard sons of dance in a way. We incorporate the rhythms of dance, but outside that, we do not fit within any movement. I can't think of anyone else who sounds like us at all remotely. And I think live, I've never seen a dance band like us. Mind you, I've never seen us.
Live, I play a lot of metal and stuff, because it's, when you're writing, you get tied into the machines and everything a bit much. And when you go live, it's good to just do something the machines can't do, just like bash stuff around. So that's what I do.
What I bring to Loop Guru is sort of textural voices, which play, weave round the sampled sounds and the percussion on stage. Also, visually, to represent the movement, really, that the music makes you feel.
A lot of the influences we draw on are from world music, from Balinese music. A lot of it's based on spiritual music, trance music. And we also draw very much from, I guess you'd call it, late 60s psychedelia as a kind of a key point to it's the sounds of the mellotron, so things going backwards, bird sounds. Basically, there's a whole world of sound out there, and we'll incorporate anything into that sound. Well, one of the comments about the album was that if you listen to it backwards, an awful lot of it would be coming forwards.
Amrita, the new album, is a lot more cohesive. It's taken into account the live element that's happened since Dunya. Dunya was very ambient, floating around. The live set became much more focused, harder, dancier. I think that's sort of brought into the music, Amrita. Although towards the end of the album it does get a bit more ambient, I think, but it's overall the feel is more influenced by the group and what's happened since Dunya. I think we had much trouble with the second album. I mean, it sounds fine to me. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
And we're totally confident about the third. I like this bit.
But if you say it loud enough, it's sure to attract attention. Hey, let me show you something that you never seen before. Like a light, I'm gonna shine on you. Forever is the word I don't often get to say. But if you say it loud enough, I'll say it too. Oh, believe in me. Believe in me. I believe in you. I believe in you. And I believe in you. If you believe in me, then I believe in you. If you believe in me, then I believe in you. Reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out.
No need to think, to want, to love. We are everything you need.
Don't turn your back on us.
Bad boys! Bad boys! Bad boys! Bad
Citizen!
1984. Is it the past or the future? Now Time Life Music brings you 24 great tracks from a classic year on 2 CDs or cassettes. You can't buy them in the shops. They're only available by calling this number. But be careful. You don't know who might be listening. Set yourself free with 1984, a collection of 24 great hits by original artists. Call now. Time Life for music.
club is, it's not like a club in the West End. There's no passing trade. There's no like people coming in off the street. Everyone here has travelled to be here, and you know it's good. You know, it's good dressed up, very up for it, happy, but not handbag or stupid music crowd. You know, they're into the music. It's good. It's good. I enjoy playing it. It's good. I'd say here I play a hard set, but a party set. It's hard and party. You know, two sometimes don't go, but I think here they do, really do. You know what I mean, I do have a lot of energy when I'm playing. Well, I try to anyway.
The huge praise lavished on D'Angelo recently. His LP Brown Sugar and the work with Black Men Unite has made him one of the most talked about artists this year. He's recently sold out 2 gigs at the Jazz Cafe, which featured in the audience the likes of Lenny Kravitz and Chaka Khan. And I can tell you now, the gig was rough. BPM were exclusively privileged to be able to film him in his sound check. This is D'Angelo, check it out.
That's how I write usually. Very spontaneous, you know what I'm saying? And kind of sporadic, really just waiting for, you know, the emotion or the feeling to hit me. And I started playing piano when I was 3. And my father was a preacher. I was playing in his church when I was 4. I just played in church for a long time. Like, my grandfather had a church too. So I played in his church a lot when I got older. You know, and I had like a little band. Me and my cousins had like a little band. We did like shows around like the city where I'm from. When I was living in Richmond, Virginia, we had like a band. We did like a show, and like a talent scout was in that show. And I got a chance to go to the Apollo in Harlem. The first time I went there, I was like 16. First time ever being in New York, you know. And I was standing backstage, and the 3 people that went on before me, they booed them off the stage. They just booed them. And so then it was my turn. And the announcer was like, oh yeah, we got this next kid. He's from the South, from Virginia, and everybody just started booing, boo, you know, before I even walked out there. So, and I walked out there and they were still booing. I just had to start singing, and then they quieted down, and you know, it was cool. My oldest brother, you know, he just wrote poetry on a slide, really. It's in this little private book, you know. And I used to, you know, when he wasn't looking, I used to just take his book, because I wasn't writing lyrics at the time. I was just doing tracks, you know. But I would take his book and try to make songs out of his poetry. And so that turned into me and him writing together, you know, him writing lyrics and me just doing the music. And that's how we did You Will Know. We did that for Black Men United.
When I was a young boy, I had visions of fame. And they were wild and they were free. And they were blessed with my name.
And then I grew older, and I saw what's to see. That the world is full of pain, and my dreams, they left me.
And then I got stronger inside of the pain.
That's when I picked up the pieces, and I began my name.
And I fought hard, y'all.
Man, it was, you know, great working with all those people, you know. So that was like one of my first production gigs, so, you know, me being able to work with all those great names, it was unbelievable. So I just do what I do on whatever spirits or whatever forces that's in me or that's leading me to do what I do. I follow those spirits and those forces, that gut instinct.
Let me tell you about this girl, maybe I should. I met her in Philly, and her name was Brown Sugar. See, we be making love constantly, that's why my eyes are a shade blood burgundy. The way that we kiss is unlike any other way that I be kissing when I'm kissing what I'm missing, won't you listen? Brown sugar, babe, I guess high up your love, I don't know how to behave. Brown sugar. I want something of brown sugar. Sugar, when you're close to me, you love me right down to my knees. And whenever you let me hit it, sweet like honey when it comes to me. Skin is caramel with the cocoa eyes. Even got a big sister by the name of Chocolate. Brown sugar, babe, I guess high off of love, don't know how to behave.
You gotta give me love. Got to give me love. You gotta give me love. Got to give me love. You gotta give me love. Got to give me love. You gotta give me love. Got to give me love. You gotta give me love. Got to give me love. You gotta give me love. Got to give me love. You gotta give me love. Got to give me love. You gotta give me love. Got to give me love. You gotta give me love.
That's almost it for another BPM on a Saturday night. I'd like to thank all the cross bigwigs here at Glitterati, including, of course, Jamie Grant and Leah Riley, who set me up in this nice little crib. It's been a fantastic experience, possibly the best hour of my life, mainly due to BPM debutante here, DJ Rap. DJ Rap, how was it for you, dear?
It was all over far too quickly, Chris. Many thanks to all the computer buffs who wrote in on the adventures of the internet last week. We'll be catching up with you soon. We out of here. Peace.
Bye.